Who is Santa Claus's favorite Disney princess? North Pole Pocahontas. Welcome to the stream, my friends. Happy Sunday. I hope you've had a wonderful weekend. Thank you for being here with me tonight for some Castlevania, one of my favorite games. We're going to try and do a full playthrough. I don't know if I've ever managed. I don't know if I've ever managed a full playthrough of this in one stream. It always seems to take two, but we're going to do our best, and we'll see how we do. But welcome in Dead Zergling, first in chat tonight. And we got Lucent Jelly here as well. Thank you both for being here with me. Gotta get some of the fingerprints off my glasses. Can't quite see as clearly as I would like. Oh no, I popped the lens out. I think it's okay. I think I got it back in. All right. So, business for tonight. There's one thing I haven't yet done. There's one thing I haven't yet done in this game, and that is to clear the game on hard mode with Carrie. So we're gonna give this a try.
Transylvania, in the mid-19th century, the province of Wallachia. In this time of peace and plenty, no one foresees the return of ancient horrors. But the old legends live, and soon the land will again be plunged into darkness. The people have returned to the path of wickedness, and the bonds that seal their evil ruler's spirit are weakening. Deep in his castle, he stirs from a century of enforced sleep. Count Dracula awakes. Carrie Fernandez, a young girl gifted with great magical powers. Sensing Dracula's return, she sets off alone to the Dark Castle. Now she must wield her inherited power in the fight against evil.
Don't want to talk over the narrator and be rude. Jelly says, I didn't realize it before, but the snowman hat is way too cheerful for such a frowny stream. I feel... So I don't usually wear, like, ball caps, so I feel a little odd.
Whatever awaits, I have no regrets.
Nice joke, Zergling said. Oddly enough, that's the same answer to who is Mrs. Claus's least favorite Disney princess. Oh, the jealousy. Greg's Retro Channel. Welcome in, Greg. I hope you are well tonight, my friend, and your week's getting off to a good start. You know things are good for me when I get to play one of my favorite games. gonna try and do our first hard mode playthrough with this character. Carrie is basically easy mode for the game in general. Yes, breathed his last. A local villager? I love it. I love that skeleton. Castlevania 64, eh? One of the more underrated Castlevania games in my opinion, along with Simon's Quest. This game is criminally underrated. So things are generally easier in general with Carrie because her attack is a projectile and it locks in on enemies. So, you know, I think there's some pretty clear advantages there. Dead. Could it be someone from the village? His face kind of looks like the way the mask looks at the end of Splatterhouse when it gets real big. Like not Rick's mask, but the last boss like turns into a mask at the end of that game. Real big. Looks kind of like that guy's face. Bad camera control, or so I've heard, is the main problem with this game. I don't think the camera is any worse than most other N64 games. Like, it puts you into some real bad spots at times, but, you know, welcome to the N64 is really how I just feel about that. Days of 3D gaming. I mean, there are definitely games with better cameras, right? Like, I feel like the cameras in, like, you know, like, the Mario and Zelda are pretty decent. Banjo-Kazooie has decent camera. Slow. So the thing about Carrie, like her projectile, is it's not locking onto the boss. That's not what I wanted to say. It's chargeable, right? Like Mega Man. And first time I played as Carrie, I didn't know that. And I didn't realize it until about 2/3 of the way through the game. So, even though Carrie is like the easy mode character, for me, it was definitely hard mode for a long time. Because if you don't charge your weapon, it's pretty insubstantial. There we go. That's a skeleton of enemies, Zerkling says. Well done. Well done. I hear a strange noise in my house. I think it's our washing machine. I'm doing a load of laundry. It doesn't sound like it's coming from that direction, though. I hope everything's okay. The noise stopped. Oh, nope, it's back. I think it is the washing machine. I didn't want that money to disappear while I was in the cutscene. The one thing that's a little bit of a shame is the characters have alternate costumes in this game, but they're an unlockable thing. And when we did Reinhardt's hard mode playthrough, we were able to use the alternate costume because I had it unlocked, but we can't do that for our Carrie playthrough because we played through. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. Did you see that? Look, the boss's health meter is still partially full, but the boss, he's gone. He fell off the thing. I've never seen him fall off the edge like that before. That's amazing. I didn't know he could do that. This game is full of surprises. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, even though we beat the game as Carrie on normal difficulty, and I believe I found the thing that unlocks her alternate costume, I lost that save file when I had to switch memory cards. So, alas. Save early, save often. Oh, nice. Oh, skeletons. Why can't I pick this up? I don't know what's going on. There we go. That boss blundering his way off the edge has a caused the whole game to begin to act strangely. That's what I'm going to blame it on. I didn't think we went down there. Even though I played through this game a handful of times, I don't absolutely remember every detail of it. There will be some times of getting lost, confused, or stuck. The skybox in this game is so weird. It's just a circle hovering above us. It's not like, the sky isn't like a dome. It's a disc. Just like Castlevania 1 on the NES, the platforming in this requires care. A pro tip for anyone who decides they want to try this game out for themselves is you gotta be really sure that you take the platforming slowly and carefully, and whenever you jump to a ledge, you hold the jump button down with all your might. Because that's how you grab an edge in this game. You have to be holding jump. There's normally a werewolf on this stage that you have to fight, and I guess maybe he doesn't show up when you play as Carrie. I was pretty surprised to not see him. I don't know how to... Go away, skeleton. Okay. There we go. That's how you do it. It's the silliest way possible. Exploding skeletons, how unexpected. Spectered, even. I thought you were making a pun on the word specter. Does a skeleton... I thought a specter is a ghost, though. Does a skeleton qualify as a specter? Hey, Mile High Roll, welcome in. Yeah, you like my hat? Thank you. Jelly found this somewhere. I feel like I'm going the wrong way. Got disoriented. Evening board jams. Whoa. What a scary jump. Alright, so the special crystals. There are 2 special crystals in the game. One of them is for accessing hard mode, and that's the one we just grabbed. I don't know if you have to grab it on every playthrough, but since it's right there, no, might as well. Oh, here's the werewolf. I was right, there's a werewolf. I just was wrong about where he was. I'm having some difficulty. The werewolf's defeating almost as many skeletons as I am. Oh, here he comes. How much health does this guy have? Seriously. I mean, it would help if any of my shots actually hit him. I'm gonna perish. Oh my goodness. Remember when I commented about this being easy? Let's have some meat. I think you have more hats than I have all clothing, Monoliro says. I do have a lot of hats. There we go. He didn't even have the courtesy to drop an item. I thought we were supposed to destroy this statue. Thought it was like, that it worked like the torches. I guess I'm wrong. You'd figure I'd be used to being wrong by now. Do you have a room in your house for just hats? I mean, that's the dream. That is the dream. Port Jam says, I'm having some chips with chicken salt and a side of Ulu Dog Gazaz. It's a Turkish soft drink. Hopefully, you're finding everything to be quite delightful. No, Jelly actually didn't deliver me coffee tonight. I made my own coffee. Why? Why so many exploding skeletons all of a sudden? Why down here? Those guys just run in right into the water like they don't even care. I love it. That werewolf would have dropped fleas if he could, just to spite me. What? Blue skeletons are supposed to be explosive. They're not supposed to throw things. That skeleton showed up for work in the wrong uniform. Free hat. Run. It's definitely better to use our rings for anything breakable. The projectile is just not good. Alright, we are the raddest enemy in the game. The raddest enemy in any game. Here they come. The skeletons on motorcycles. Oh, I'm out of holy waters. Oh, yeah, because I used all my, I used all those crosses to fight the werewolf. I would have been perfectly content to just let that skeleton ride around for the entire boss battle. A little jump in the direction of the boss really helps our aim a lot. And as I say that, the projectile proceeds to miss. Victory. Alright, my friends. Level 1 complete. Alright, we have some rather intense platforming coming up. What's in this, sun card? Oh, that's for use at the top of the room. Interesting. There's a day-night mechanic to this game. And one of the features of that is that there are doors that only open during the day or the night. And to save you from having to wait around for those doors, there are items that let you change what time of day it is. I think the first of those doors that you encounter, well, yeah, the first of those doors that you encounter is in this area. I guess it's in the other, on the other side, though. I thought it was going to be this. So it's nice that they gave you one of those cards, even though if it is in kind of a hidden location. I'm going to bravely hide behind this wall. What was that? What? Can they even aim upward? I think they can't. I think they can't get me if I stand up here. Maybe they can. I would like to run over there and pick up some of those goodies. You know what? I will. I'm not afraid. I always thought this Hydra had 3 heads, but I guess it only has 2. More varied dinner for me tonight, Zergling says. A fourth of a duck, and a pound or so of steak. More raw milk again as well. I had a huge glass of milk right before the stream. Jelly and I had pizza for dinner tonight. Went the quick and easy route. I am really low on health. The contents of the bag appear useless. Only sand and gravel. I don't think I've ever tried to interact with that bag before. I wasn't actually trying to do that now. I was trying to pick up that power-up, but I seem to be at max power anyway. Yuck, I didn't really want this axe. Oh no. I don't want to be exploded either. Oh, I think I would have rathered the axe than the knife, though. Whoa. Oops. I was just thinking about those guillotines. I didn't see him. Wow, you stand right next to that guy? He can't really do a whole lot to hit you. The timing on those rotating spike platforms. Their pattern has seemed to be pretty random. Scary jumps. I commented about how the other room gave us a sun card. That wouldn't have helped us out at all. This door is a moon door, not a sun door. The game wasn't merciful to us. It was laughing in my face.
Miserable world. Upstart weakling. All who oppose the Dark Lord must die. Come, meet your doom.
See, I did. There's a holy water here. That's fantastic. I'll take that, please and thank you. My cat jump scared me, Bort Jam says. Cats will do that. It's one of their many talents. This part is normally quite scary, but I kind of think if we hang out on the invisible platform, bats! I might be able to just kind of stand up here and cheese these guys. Well, maybe not. Are there 3 of them? There are 3 three-headed dogs? That's 9 heads. It's definitely not a fair fight. I'm glad I'm hanging out up here. I can't even begin to figure out what's going on. Yeah, you see why I was hanging out up there? That was it. There we go. I thought there was supposed to be another one. Oh my goodness, there's 2 more. They're breathing fire this time. My weapon takes so long to charge. There we go. That took forever. I think there's actually going to be a 3rd one, too. If we hang around. Yep. The lights went out. This one's extra scary. Oh, about to die. Jumping around like crazy is always a good move. I can't land any shots. I don't know why. Get back here. My goodness. The boss had way too much health. And I am defining that as a boss. I've never played Quake. Red gems seem to be in very short supply on this playthrough. A splendid fountain with carvings in relief. Now this here is a platform that I'm standing on there. There's a way to get that to raise up to take you up there so you can get all those goodies at the top of the fountain. And I can never remember, I cannot for the life of me remember how to activate that platform. I thought it was, there was a moon card in that tombstone? I thought it was one of the tombstones, but I don't know. The last several times I've played this, is this a flat tree? It is. This tree is two-dimensional. It always faces the camera at the same side. It's pretty common for items to be like that in early 3D games, but I don't know. That tree surprises me a little bit. The statues are like that too, actually. I always noticed that about the snowman in Mario Kart 64 on one of the ice levels. There we go. Oh, he's gone. Here's the other super rad enemy. Stained Glass Knights. I love them. Don't move, not even a finger. Alright, you appear to be a genuine human. I'm Charlie Vincent, the mightiest of all vampire killers. You look like a villager. Are you lost in the forest? Don't treat me like a child. My mission is to save the world from Dracula. Don't talk nonsense. Leave Dracula to me. He's not the sort of opponent for an amateur like you. You presume too much. Speak not of matters that do not concern you. Obstinate youth. I will give you one more warning. Leave this place without delay. Do you understand? Wouldn't it be easier to just carry a mirror around to test a vampireness? I mean... This guy is strapped down with an industrial strength cross on his back. Like, I don't think he does things the easy way. There seems to be nothing useful here. Oh, and now he's asleep. That seems to me like not a comfortable bed. That seems to be like not a good decision to make when you're in a house that's full of monsters and vampires. This is the part of the game that stumps a lot of people. In fact, it might stump me right now, too. We've got to hang out here until a cutscene happens. And I actually don't know if it can. I don't know if it can happen until we're told about it. But I can't be told about it right now because Vincent went to sleep. I saw an odd thing in a cartoon recently. A necromancer type guy accidentally killed a human, resurrected them as a zombie to apologize, and then later uses crystals to upgrade them to a vampire. Vampire crystals, you say? I happen to be very well experienced in vampire crystals. Hey, Baron Metz, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, more CV64. I love it. I figured you could appreciate such nonsense. I gotta wait until I think 3 o'clock is what we're waiting for in the game. There's a mandatory cutscene that only happens when you're here at the right time. I see a lot of people struggle to figure this out. The game does tell you vaguely when and where to be and when, but it tells you to be, basically it hints that you need to be, it tells you need to be in the flower garden at dawn. I don't think of 3 a.m. as dawn, but so it can be a little bit tricky to figure out the right timing, especially if you come here assuming dawn is 6 a.m. and you use a sun card and then nothing happens, so you get discouraged. Like, you really have to wait through the night to get to the right time. When I played this game as a kid, as a rental title, I actually stumbled upon this cutscene completely by accident, so I've never struggled with it myself, but I've seen it happen to other people. Okay, and it can happen before we're told about it, which is good. I wish to water the roses. Please step aside. Who are you? What are you doing in this place? I am Rosa. I look after these white roses. White roses? I love it. It's so cheesy, but I love it. You are a vampire? Why have you no fear? None but vampires and demons live here. Wandering carelessly in this place will soon cost you your life. But you are somehow different from these creatures of evil. Such sentimentality will cost your life. You said that already. I will forget I saw you. Flee now. While Dracula exists, children live in terror. I cannot desert them. As you will. First, you must go to the castle archives. The key to the archives... Ah, yes. A previous adventurer took it. I can help you no more. Do not lose your life too quickly. I guess 3 a.m. would be dawn in certain parts of the world at certain times of year. That'd be far in the north or south, though, wouldn't it? I suppose that's true. I don't know whether or not Wallachia would be one of those places. Now we have to wait again for this guy to get up. I don't remember if he'll actually get out of bed while you're in the room or not. I think if you stay in here, he might be locked into the bed. I guess we'll find out. Try and keep... Oop, there's an item over here. Purifying. Definitely gonna need that at some point. I remember hearing a friend talk about a camping trip in northern Alaska in the summer. Said they only had about 4 to 5 hours of night. Yeah, I feel like even just living up here in Wisconsin, I feel like in the summertime, the nights feel really short. There we go, the moment of truth. He did not get up. I mean, I'm just assuming he gets up at 6 a.m. Yeah, he won't get out of bed if we're watching him. The key to the archives. Ah, that must be the key I found in the rose garden. My intuition tells me it is worthless. Take it if you wish. Now you see, like that, I feel is supposed to be like an indication that Vincent, for all of his style, is actually like a poser. And you know, my intuition was that he would turn out to be useless or evil. But if I remember correctly, I think that he actually turns out to be legit in the end. I mean, he's clearly not quite the adventurer and vampire slayer that we are, but I think he does show up and save us at one point. This place swarms with demons. You have entered the castle of hell. What's the matter? What has happened? If you value your life, you will flee this place now. I love it. I love it. It's another cheesy cutscene, but it's great. The chord progression that played right there is the same as the James Bond music. You hear that chord progression in so many video games. It shows up in a lot of Sonic games too. Garden key. is that a picture of? Looks like a gazebo or a mausoleum. I don't know. It looks like a photograph. It looks like a photograph that was taken with a Game Boy camera. Cheese and corn are often underrated, Met says. Someone came in and repaired that mirror very quickly. Also, these two-dimensional flowers. Completely disappear when we put the camera at the correct angle. Storeroom key, yeah. So something that happens a lot of times in video games is like the way places are decorated. Wow, that's a lot of free meat. And a purifying. What a generous room. Like a lot of times in buildings or whatever, there will be like pictures hanging up on the wall. But as you travel from room to room in a mansion like this, like you'll see pictures repeated across the rooms. Right, like I think... Yeah, that gazebo picture. They flipped it. They actually changed its... Look, they mirrored it from left to right. But it's the same picture that I was commenting on in the other room. And, like, you see that in video games because, you know, they only want to bother to draw so many pictures or whatever. So then they've got to hang them up in multiple places. The same thing in multiple places throughout the house. And, like, I get it, but also it's just like... Does anyone in real life, like, does anyone decorate their own home? Like, do you go out and buy, like, 3 copies of the same poster so you could hang up one in 3 different rooms of your house? I barely have anything hanging up on my walls in my home at all. Which is probably not the impression you would have. You would probably think, from the way that I like to decorate for the stream, that my whole home is, like, very well decorated, but mostly it's very Spartan. There's a lot of bare walls in my house. But I don't put up a lot of, like, pictures and stuff in general. So then to duplicate one, it just seems extra odd. Not so much with posters, Met says, but seasonally I let my nieces come up and decorate accordingly as a fun family activity. Jelly likes to have decorations. She'll put stuff out from time to time, but it's a little bit difficult because we have 3 cats running around. So the more decorations we put up, just generally just the more opportunities for them to break something. I don't understand how the mechanic with this guy works exactly, but he becomes a boss fight. I think whether or not you have to fight him as a boss depends on how much money you spend throughout the game. I don't know what the threshold is, though. I am going to spend a bit of money. Alright. The maze garden is just the worst. I can never remember the correct path through this maze. No matter how many times I run it. Oh no, I don't want that. Oh no. That's horrible. That's one of the worst things I could have possibly done. Well, Frankenstein is absolutely terrifying. That door is locked from the other side. I have absolutely no idea what to do. Surely Castlevania 64 was the Dark Souls of the Nintendo 64. I'm always making that comparison. There were so many times during my Dark Souls playthrough that I thought about Castlevania 64. Can't open from this side. Sorry, I'm not reading a lot of the text. We've played through the game a few times on the stream, so we've seen it all before. generally I don't even bother to try and read text that auto-scrolls anyway, so... It's actually unusual how much I had been reading it. Hey, Luke Cage, welcome in. Frownie playing a game. What is a game? We're having a good time. The moon looks like the blood moon from Breath of the Wild. It's very huge and ominous and kind of reddish. More orange, I guess. I don't know the way. Hey, next, welcome in. I hang around here while I look through my PlayStation 1 games. Right on. I'm falling apart. They've got me stun locked. There we go. Now we're moving again. Uh-oh. I don't know which way he went. There he is. Hey, victory. Oh. Get to the cutscene area and things just immediately become super calm. Thank you for the hydrate, port jams. I actually made it through there rather smoothly, all things considered. I mean, I do have to spend a little bit more time in the maze, but... that went not as badly as it could have gone. Which is enough to be thankful for. Hey, I got my chicken back. And work on the Harry Potter games. Got through the PlayStation 1 game of the first book, working on the second one. I have a handful of handful of Harry Potter games in my collection as well. Mostly for the Game Boy Advance, I think. I haven't played any of them except the first book on the GameCube. We did that one on the stream. And I thought it was alright. Kind of a... Zelda type game. I didn't 100% it. It wasn't a super thorough playthrough. I don't know I got the impression that it's one of those games where if you're going for 100%, like, there's certain things that you only have one opportunity to collect, and if you progress the game to certain points without getting particular collectibles, there's no second chance for them. So, like, I think it's one of those that, like, to 100% it, you kind of have to go in with outside knowledge. I might be wrong about that. That's just the impression I got playing it. And, you know, a situation like that, I'm usually not very motivated to go for a very complete run. Two on PlayStation 1, 3 on PSP. For the 3D adventure games. I think we'll probably play through more of them on the stream too, but I'm a little bit more limited in what I've got available to me. Please. Let me through the door. The door's locked from the other side. I thought that was the copper key door. Clearly I was wrong. Copper key door is over here. Here it is. No. I don't know where anything is. Don't listen to me. Oh my goodness. I don't know where I'm going. Is Frankenstein not vulnerable to holy water? That's surprising. For me, this is the third best Castlevania game ever. One of the only 4 I ever go back to anymore. At least I did when I still had an N64, what Cage says. No, that's not the door I was looking for, but that's okay. This is probably my 3rd favorite Castlevania game. Maybe my 2nd favorite. I don't know. I think my top 3 are Castlevania 1, Castlevania Bloodlines, and this. But what order they go in? I like this better than Bloodlines. I think I think that's easy to say. All day. Well, I knew you would agree with that because you don't really like Bloodlines that much, if I remember correctly. Bloodlines is fantastic. It's like it's the Contra hardcore of the Castlevania series. It's like it's 1,000 bosses. Because every other step you fight a boss. Take that back. Just gotta call it like I see it. Please. I know I'm looking for another one of these kind of areas. There's a bridge where we have to jump off the side of it. That's the whole trick to this part. Is finding that other bridge. But to do that, I need to figure out where the copper key door is. And I just don't remember. Oh. No, what? This is not possible. How is every door locked from the other side? Something is wrong here. Oh, thank goodness. I finally found it. I wasn't actually looking for what I thought I was looking for. I wasn't looking for a bridge I could jump off of. Not necessarily, anyway, it would appear. I was looking for a bridge I could jump onto. But it was behind the door anyway, so I would have never found it. Alright, we're okay now. Finally back on track. We're out of here. We're free. Greg says this game's good. My favorites are the Metroid-style games. Portrait of Ruin, Aria of Sorrow, Dawn of Sorrow, and Harmony of Dissonance. Yeah, I really love Order of Ecclesia when it comes to the Metroid-style games. And I remember really liking Circle of the Moon when I had that one when I was younger. I haven't gone back to it to see, like, I don't know what I would think about it now. But it lives fondly in my memory. You didn't like the magnet glyph? I mean, I don't know if I would point to the magnet glyph as, like, one of my favorite parts of the game, but I don't recall it ever really annoying me or anything. you go? He came down from the sky. What was that? All that hopping around there. That looks sillier than when I do it. What? I just can't seem to land the final hit on this guy. I don't know what it is. Hey, victory. Never mind, we got him. Once I realized this game was good, based on gameplay, graphics, and sound, I liked it. Once I realized it was the only and much overdue horror Castlevania, I loved it. Ah! I've never noticed how cockroach-like this vampire lady is when she crawls around like that. She's got a very insect-like appearance. I think it's the odd, this is like the awkward angles that her legs come out at. I don't know where she went. She became a mist. Stop throwing bats at me. No, she's gonna get her health back. Oh, I threw it the wrong way. Speaking of health, I need to get my health back. There's still a lot of Castlevania games that I haven't played, so like when it comes to like making observations about the series as a whole. I'm unable to properly assess. Everyone's face is in agony and pain. Wait a moment. Okay. I mean... Is there any face left? Is it not just a skeleton? Can a skeleton's, like, face really have an emotion? I don't know about that. You know what? I guess maybe. I'm gonna take that back. Need advice? I have the cable guy situation. You have a weird stalker that wants to be your friend? With potentially malevolent intent? I don't remember that movie very well. Oh, I was going to say, I take that back, because clearly skeletons can't express emotion, because Isaac is in a permanent state of excitement. I'll consider that an emotion. Oh yeah, that's right. Whoa! Would it have been a game over if I fell down there? That's rude. Oh, there it is. It's the James Bond music again. I didn't do the last one, but on the second bar, so you can't hear it as well. Do 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 do. I have a neighbor who has an inn with a meal prep company and can give me almost unlimited prepped meals for free. But he kind of wants to hang out at least here and there with me, and he's really meh. Rip the Deathless Run. I didn't expect to make it through this in a single life. Oh no, it didn't save when we went to the next level. Oh no. That's horrible. I have to redo this boss fight. I mean, I get to redo this boss fight. Hooray. It was so much fun. Oh, it did save. No, it didn't. Did it? I don't know what's going on. It didn't. We watched a football game and he literally said, why aren't they going for it on 4th and 20? I don't know that I, can really relate there. I'm thinking over the, I'm thinking about it. My inclination is that unless I were in a particularly desperate situation, it's probably something I wouldn't... It's probably something I would be disinclined to take advantage of. Hey, Stream Kyle, welcome in. I don't know. I have such little information, you see. So, like, providing advice is very difficult, right? Because, like, I don't know. I wouldn't want to put myself in a situation where I felt like I was taking advantage of somebody, but, you know. Then again, like, it can be nice to go out of your way to be a friend to someone who might need one, you know. The sports reference I just don't really understand. No, when you're at 4th and 20, I don't know what you're supposed to do when you're in that situation. You can either punt or go for a field goal, depending on where you're at on the field, Greg says. So the logic of going for it then, I guess, is that, you know, you're probably gonna lose, you're probably about to lose control of the ball anyway, so why not go for a touchdown and then try and earn more points? That sounds like the way I would play the sport. The bad guy is trapped in the wall. Oh my goodness. I can't go back out to save. This is rough. That fall does kill you. Why did they make it like this? Why do I have to repeat this battle every time? Well, and I have to do it powered down, too. Most catfalls at Castlevania are deadly. Yeah, I just didn't know. I didn't know if that was a fall for dramatic effect. You know, like they just want to drop you down onto a lower pathway. And they do that basically to jump scare you, or if it was an actual serious fall. Now I know. The vampires in this game do a lot of, like, they behave, like, a lot, like, they have a lot of, like, really traditional, like, vampire behaviors and stuff. Like, they can turn into bats, and they crawl around the walls, and some of them can turn into mist, even, and stuff, and, like, I don't know, a lot of it seems like very classic, like, vampire stuff. But I don't understand the electricity power. The way this vampire avoids that projectile is just out of this world. It is just off the charts insane. Look at it. How are you supposed to deal with this? The way he just glides around is so weird. And crazy inconvenient. Oh, no, I wasn't watching my health bar. Oh, gross. Hey, Dollar Phil, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Very much appreciate you coming by and bringing some friends along with you. How was your stream tonight, my friend? What were you up to? How did it go? Fill us in. Shadow Link says Fortnite. I have never looked into that game. Master Tuesday, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. He's taking notes from Majora's Incarnation, gliding around the arena like that. Back in my day, if you fell in a video game, you lost all your musical notes and had to restart Rusty Bucket Bay all over again. I don't want to think about Rusty Bucket Bay. Oh, on the playthrough of that we did on the stream, I died pixels away from the final music note. I didn't fall, though. I drowned. I don't need free food. I have a good job, Luke Cage says. Looked up the website. The meals are literally like $11.95 each. And you have to subscribe, too. I'm like, how do I turn this down? But your points are valid, too. It's not cool to use someone. I'm sure this dude might get the hint anyway if I fake it. Yeah, I mean, if it's if you don't get along well enough that it isn't a chore to hang out with him, that is inevitably going to come across, I think. But also, like, I don't know how well you know this person. Like, maybe he just made a bad maybe he just makes a bad impression, and if you you know, if you spend some more time, maybe you get along better than you think. I was about to say you'll never guess, Dollar Phil says, but I guess you can now. It is a surprise, because I don't know. I always think of you as doing retro stuff. I think most of the time that I've been able to catch your stream, you've been doing something NES related usually. Not that that's all you know. Not that that's all you do or anything, but it's what I've caught the most, I think, is NES stuff. It was the first time ever playing it. How did you like it? Had a few friends. It was a different kind of event. Had a really good time. I think one of my mods is kind of into Fortnite. He posts videos on YouTube every now and then, and I think that a lot of them are Fortnite clips. It has a stigma, especially in the retro circle. It was a fun game. It's definitely one of those things that, like, I mean, because I can't say what it's like, because, like I said, I've never looked into it, but it's one of those things that seems to get a lot of grief just because of its sheer popularity. One thing I've said is that for it to be so relevant for so long, it's got something. Oh my goodness, I should just spam holy water all the time. It's so much stronger than my other attack. Alright, now can I just not immediately die? Is this your first time on this one? No, I've played through this game a handful of times. This is the first time I've played this character's quest on hard difficulty, but it's not that big of a difference. I'm far from an expert in this game. I think I've only played through as Carrie once, so I don't know her version of the game as well. Some of the levels are different. They're unique to each of the two characters. So, like, I've only ever seen this level once before. But, I generally know what to expect. This is a game I like a lot. It's got a pretty horrific reputation, and it's very much undeserved. I don't think people give this game a fair shot because of the way it starts off. The very first stage is kind of confusing, and this is a boss? The very first stage is kind of confusing and has some pretty tough platforming, and so I think that the tendency is for people to write this game off really early without giving it a decent shot. But it's actually a really cool game. Hey Persephone, welcome in. Hope you're doing well, and thank you for the wheel. I'll give that a spin in just a moment. I'm not really sure what that switch does. We need some more Castlevania 64 fans up in this watch. Oh well, at least I'm here, Luke Cage says. There's a few of us out there. I come across other Castlevania 64 fans on Twitch with more regularity than I would expect. Finally back to playing games, Next says. A lot of console maintenance tonight, but it'll be worth it later. Right on. Alright, let's spin the wheel. I kind of used that as my excuse. What is this? Sour Patch Kids. So the items on the wheel are supposed to be spicy or sour. And the thing about these Sour Patch Kids is they're supposed to be both, but they're kind of neither. It's probably the mildest thing on the wheel. There's supposed to be a spicy, fiery version of the candy, right? It says with a heat sensation up here. I don't know if you can read that. I don't sense any heat, but they are rather tasty. I feel like I've been working my way through this bag of them for a while. I'm not really sure how long they stay good for. I tend to eat them 2 at a time. This is, what flavor is this? Purple? Purple is Berry Blaze. They all have something heat in the name, right? The flavors are Berry Blaze and Tropical Flame and Apple Fever and Angry Watermelon. Well, 2 of them are explicitly hot. But, yeah, they're pretty... They're pretty mild. And I'm trying to detect a heat sensation. They're delicious. They have a wonderful, sweet, fruity, artificial flavor taste. They taste wonderful. But they're kind of a dud when it comes to wheel items. Sour Patch Kids are one of my favorites, Dollar Phil says. Have a bag of those. Bean Boozled, yeah. I've had it for like 3 years and I'm scared to eat it now. I mean, it's just made of sugar and chemicals. I don't really know how bad it could go, per se, but... those candies feel less pliable than they once were. I don't know if candy is something that goes stale. Next I want you to try Legacy of Darkness, Luke Cage says. I know you're hesitant on it, but I can't imagine liking this and not that. I do want to play it. I definitely do want to play Legacy of Darkness. I've been mostly putting it off until I wanted to do both characters and both difficulties in this game first. So that once I've finished everything with Castlevania 64, then I'm ready to move on to the next one. I am expecting not to like it as much, but I do want to play it and give it a fair shake. But yeah, I played the first, 2 levels of it, I think, and I didn't really like the, I didn't really think it got off to a good start. But I think I'll be happier with it. I think I'll be... I mean, unless the Cornell character really grows on me, I think I'll at least be happy with it when I unlock... because I know Carrie and Reinhardt are unlockable in that game. And so... even if I don't like even if I never end up liking my first playthrough, I think I'll like it if I can stick with it long enough to unlock those. I felt like I didn't like... the werewolf character, I felt like I didn't like his attack. It's been a long time. I only played it when I first got the game, just to basically test out the cartridge. So that's why I've only ever played like a level or two. But I just wasn't feeling it. Is all I really remember. But we'll try it. We'll definitely work our way through it. Those were Sour Patch Kids, Fire, Baron Metz. And specifically, they were berry flavored. I can agree with that. So you're not a big fan of the werewolf character either? I'm not really a big fan of Carrie. I prefer to play the game as Reinhardt, but I don't want to not do something that's in the game, you know? I want to go back over there and jump across that platform to get what's on the other side before we leave here, but I want to try and find a save crystal first. I'm scared to do anything risky until I can save again. I'm tired of fighting those same two vampires over and over again. Oh, was that a save crystal? Oh, it is. Nice. Let's go. Oh, I can live without fear once again. It was a trap. That's kind of awesome. That's kind of awesome. They used the save crystal to lure you into a trap. Oh my goodness, there's another one. So far as Castlevania games that I have yet to do on the stream, I've got the 2 on the PlayStation 2. I've got Legacy of Darkness. I've got 1 on the Game Boy. I've got Rondo of Blood, Dracula X, and a Rondo of Blood remake on the PSP. I think are all the Castlevania games I have to do yet. Not counting the Metroid type games. We'll probably do at least the Game Boy Advance Metroidvanias as well at some point. I'm not in a hurry to get to them, but I expect we'll play through them. The DS ones I can't really do, because I can't stream DS stuff currently. I'm shocked that I survived. I was able to grab that wall. Is that a door I can go into? That's an awkward jump. Well, kind of. I can stand here, but there seems to be no point. Oh, this is where the waterfall was coming out of before. I can't believe I made it back to this platform. I'm pulling off all kinds of jumps that I just wouldn't think would be possible. No! Again, I jumped too short there. How did I make that? I want to get this game again, Legacy, and beat it as Reinhardt. I haven't. And then I would basically retire it. What was it? I can throw my projectile from a crouched position, but I can't throw holy water from a crouch. I don't expect I will ever retire this game. This is a game I feel like I always want to play it every couple months. Oh, my health situation is pretty terrible. I notice as an enemy comes rising out of the abyss. I do not at all remember where in the world I'm supposed to go right now. This is a very confusing level, and I am very confused by it. Enemies do a lot of damage. No, I didn't grab the thing. For me, it's an undertaking, unlike Castlevania 1, which I still beat like once a month, the Cage says. Been a while. It's been a while since I picked up Castlevania 1. I don't actually remember when the last time I played that one is. I did a damageless playthrough of it last year. I don't know if I picked it up since then. Was that last year? I feel like that was in December. going a different way this time. No. I think it would lose its appeal if I mastered it. Fortunately for me, I'm a long way off from mastering this one. I get what you mean, because I do, like... I have that same sort of worry about games that I play a lot of times. That's part of why... It's part of why I'm so insistent that I do everything... that I do all the games that I do so strictly blind. Like, even when I'm doing, like, challenges and stuff like that, part of it is, you know, just, I take a lot of pride and joy in figuring things out for myself. And... But also, like, you know, like if I decide, like, I want to do, like, a deathless run of a game or something like that, like, I never look up like speed runs or, you know, high level playthroughs or and like try and like study and learn techniques like that. Because if I were to do that, if I were to go right from a casual playthrough of a game and then just learn everything about it through videos and then go straight into like the challenge runs with all the like best strategies like in my brain already, I'd rob myself of a lot of quality time that I could spend enjoying the game and, like, you know, slowly puzzling out those bits of like what is the best way to do each part. And a lot of times I never even find, like, what is the best way to do a part of a game, but, you know, I find just something that works for me. And yeah, it's slow and it wastes a lot of time to do things that way, but it's alright, because it's time I enjoyed wasting. Time you enjoy wasting is not wasted. Don't blow me up, please. I love the noise the skeletons make when they fall apart. So that whole area there was just for a secret. Secret meat. And a card, but I'm more excited about the meat. What was over here? Is that a different save crystal? It is. Ah! It was a trap again. I didn't even know those guys had appeared. We're alright though. I think I can get away with not fighting a lot of these enemies. One of the things that makes the camera tough is there's like a lock-on system in this game that it's kind of like Z targeting, but it works automatically. So like it's that was a bad jump. You don't actually push a button. The lock just happens based on your proximity to an enemy. And then, like, you have a button to center the camera behind yourself, but when you are locked on an enemy, the camera will focus on showing you the enemy that you're locked on. So if you're trying to put the camera behind you, when an enemy is near, it doesn't work, and that makes it a little bit, you know, it could be a little bit tough in that situation. Oh, wow, we have another raid. Very nice. Shadow, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Let me try and find somewhere safe to stand so I can actually say hello to people properly. Hey, Christian Cool, welcome in. Thank you for the lurk. Binary Man, hey, good to see you. Welcome in. That's Binary Man 15, right? I've seen you in another chat not that long ago. NX, welcome in. Hey, great to see you again. I don't remember. Zach, welcome in. I don't remember how to say the second part of your name. If it's just Knight or I assume it's just Knight. But welcome in, welcome in. Ahoy there, Frownie. Not surprised to see you playing some Castlevania 64. I love Castlevania 64. No problem, Shadow says. Welcome in. Zach is fine. Welcome in, Zach. Let's give a shout out to Shadow. What were you doing tonight, my friend? What were you playing, and how did the stream go for you? I stopped at a great place. The camera can't take it. Look at it. The whole world suddenly looks like a PlayStation 1 texture. Wobble, wobble, wobble. So I love Castlevania 64, my friends. It is among my favorite games. I'm not super expert at it. Like, this is not a game I have memorized by any stretch of the imagination. I'm trying to beat it. I'm doing this particular character's playthrough on hard difficulty for the first time, is what we're up to right now. And I'm certainly losing a lot of lives, but it's not really because of the difficulty level we're at. It's mostly because I'm blundering the platforming. But this is a criminally underappreciated game. Yeah, I missed a comment from Luke Cage. Completely agree. Similar, I never use save states. I did for one game in order to beat Super Metroid, and yeah, I beat it, but I looked back and thought, I didn't experience the game, I almost just watched it. Yeah, I don't typically have that kind of feature available to me because I do the original hardware thing most of the time. There are definitely games that I played where I'm like, I think life would be so much easier, life would be so much better if I could, like, if I could make a save state right here and practice this part of the game. Like, when I was struggling for months with Battletoads, if I could have made a save state right before the Klinger Winger and practiced it without having to replay the entire game over and over again, I might have been tempted to do that, just to learn how to do it, to then do a more legit run, but fortunately, my stubbornness in other areas removes temptation from me. And I'm able to just do everything my preferred way, which is the worst way possible. Hey, Rafnir, welcome in. Always good to see you, my friend. Shadow was speedrunning Ninja Gaiden 3 on guitar. Got my best time, 15:37. Well done. I hear that I haven't played Ninja Gaiden 3 yet. I've only played 1 and 2 so far. I hear that 3 is especially difficult. Regardless of the absolute madness of... That's before you add the madness of playing it on a guitar. I am really blundering this jump. This is not good. This is... I need to get my act together. My first time speedrunning any game, and I guess that makes my best time on a guitar. I'm super stoked. There we go. Have you done the puzzle at the Nitro yet? No, that's the next, I think that's the next level. I think Castle Center is after this. And that's the one with the Nitro part. That's like one of the no. How do I keep messing up the same jump so much? It's no different than coming the other direction, and yet I'm a complete klutz. Have you played Fighting Force 64? Trying that out right now. I have not. Next. I think I own a copy of that game, but I'm not sure. I might be confusing it with something else, like Fighter's Destiny or something. I definitely have an N64 game with Fight in the title, but which one it is, I can't remember. I'm interested to see it. The Angry Video Game Nerd makes it sound impossible, but I'm sure he's missing an important step. Yeah, I like a lot of the stuff that James Rolfe has done. I haven't seen, like, I don't watch everything he puts out, and I especially skip a lot of stuff if it's a game I haven't played that I know I want to, so that locks me out of a lot of his content. But I've seen his Castlevania 64 review, and there's a lot of user error that happens. I feel secondhand embarrassment watching that review because the user error is pretty horrific. And I know a thing or two about user error. I'm intimately familiar with it. Yeah, grabbing on the ledges is, yeah, it's actually, it's not, it's just something, there's a little bit of a feel to it, but really it's just about holding the jump button. If you just hold the jump button through every jump, then you shouldn't have any difficulty with the ledges. I'm having a lot of difficulty with a couple particular ledges, but it's not the game's fault that I'm doing badly right now. Oh, thank goodness. We're not out of the woods yet, but now I'm going to be able to go save, and I won't have to do that particular platforming again. Ow. Where am I trying to get? Oh, I know where I need to go. It's a maze. This door is open now. I want to try jumping under these spikes, but I think I'll be better served to just be patient. I think I can jump across under them, but... You know what, let's go. Let's do it. I'm not a coward. Who needs patience, right? What a nasty surprise! Explosive skeletons waiting around the corner to jump scare me. You plan on saving and continuing later? I plan on playing, what time is it now? It's almost 2:30. I'm gonna play this for at least another 2.5 hours tonight. If I don't finish it tonight, which, I mean, it does not look like I'm on pace to, we'll probably play it again on Sunday next week. I've got the schedule for this week is already pretty full. I only put this game on for one night. Here's what our schedule looks like this week for those who are curious.